What is up, Mizzou fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of ShowMeFootball.com, covering your Missouri Tigers. And it's been a while since I've made some Mizzou content, but we got some breaking news to talk about as the Missouri Tigers have picked up their first massive commitment of the 2025 football recruiting class as Eli Drinkwitz and company pick up Matt Zollers, four-star quarterback, top 10 quarterback in the nation, top 100 player overall in the nation, and this is a big one, guys. In order to earn Matt Zoller's commitment, Missouri had to beat out some big schools here, including Georgia, Penn State, and then Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh seemed to be a distant fourth team, but Zollers is from that area, and I believe he has a brother that plays for Pitt, so that explains why they were in the top four, but really this was kind of a three-horse race between Penn State, Georgia, and Mizzou. And Mizzou wins out, and even Gabe DeArmond of PowerMizzou.com sent out a tweet saying that this was a situation where Zollers definitely was a take for Georgia and Penn State. So this isn't, hey, he didn't have a committable offer from those guys, so Missouri was the only realistic option. This is a legit top 5, top 10 quarterback in the class, a guy that a lot of people see as someone with potential to play even at the pro level. He's got a hell of an arm from the clips that I've seen of him on Twitter and on YouTube. Of course, it all depends on what recruiting service that you look at, but On3 has Matt Zollers as the number 3 quarterback in the country, which would make him the highest rated quarterback Missouri has grabbed since Blaine Gabbert. And also, just reading some of the reaction to this commitment has me super excited for the future of Mizzou football. I was looking at the CFB Reddit page, and there was a comment that someone said, "In Penn State's backyard, and we still can't land him. I am over college football recruiting / bag grabbing." Even Michael W. Bratton of that SEC podcast sent out a tweet saying it's time to embrace Missouri as a national football power. Matt Zollers, number 3 quarterback in the country, consensus top prospect from Pennsylvania. And I think that's the biggest part of this, is that not only did Missouri beat out Georgia, they beat out Penn State, they beat out those schools when the kid was from Pennsylvania. Historically, when Missouri is recruiting a high-profile player from another state, such as a Pennsylvania, where the kid has Penn State offers and has offers from other local programs, usually Missouri was never getting that kid. To grab a kid this highly rated from out of state speaks volumes to the recruiter that Eli Drinkwitz is, to the strides that Missouri has made as a program. I also don't think you can discount the impact that last season had on the recruitment of Matt Zollers, having that 11-win season and having that Cotton Bowl win over Ohio State, I think provided a lot of momentum for Missouri in recruiting. And then on top of that, you have the NIL aspect. And I think a lot of us know at this point that Missouri's NIL game is very strong and they're willing to pay top dollar. And the rumor was that Missouri actually had the highest NIL offer out for Matt Zollers, and the fact that Missouri had an NIL offer that Penn State couldn't compete with and that Georgia couldn't compete with, that should make you very excited as a Mizzou fan. This program has money going into it. This program has all the NIL backing in the world that Drinkwitz needs. If Drinkwitz says he wants it, he is going to have it, and he wanted the number 3 quarterback in this class, and he freaking got him. This is just not a kid that Missouri typically pulls in. I mean, yeah, they've gotten highly rated recruits before. Yeah, they've gotten 4 stars all the time. But a lot of those 4 stars, a lot of those 5 stars, highly rated kids, talking about like top 10 at their position. Missouri usually does not get those kids unless they're from the state of Missouri or they're in the local area. Matt Zollers is different. And again, just speaks volumes to the progress this program has made under Drinkwitz's leadership. I also wanted to take a moment to read this article from Rivals. This is actually free to read. I didn't have to log in or subscribe to read this, but it's from Adam Friedman, who is the national recruiting analyst for Rivals.com. He had quotes from Matt Zollers. In his own words, he says, "The thing about Missouri is the connection. I think I have a really good connection with Andy Bellamini, the assistant quarterback coach, Coach Jacob Peeler, the receivers coach. Obviously, Coach Kirby Moore and every single coach on staff, not just the assistant coaches. I also feel like I have a good connection with the players. It's definitely great to have Coach Drink involved in the offense so much too, because having as many people that know the position on the staff is better. He said having a coach that knows the position is definitely a plus. I could start off what they believe can be the best recruiting class in the country, said Zollers. I'm just the starting piece, and then hopefully everyone will follow. I also wanted to include in this video a little tidbit that Freeman left at the end of the article, saying that now that Zollers is officially on board, look for Missouri to try to string together some big commitments. Zollers has quietly built a friendship with top 100 wide receiver Javen Boggs. Keep an eye on the top 100 offensive lineman Michael Fasusi and Lamont Rogers, along with 2026 5-star Jackson Cantwell. Those are some absolutely massive names on the board for Missouri, and they're uncommitted. Javen Boggs, especially, he just decommitted from Ohio State a week or two ago, and Missouri is in hard on him. Just really exciting times to be a Missouri fan right now. And I'm sure some people are going to talk about the NIL aspect of this, saying, oh, he just went to Missouri because you paid him the most, which, first of all, you say that as if it's a bad thing. I mean, yeah, of course a kid is mostly going to go where he gets paid the most. But also, I think you just have to give Drinkwitz and company credit for building those relationships, because let's not act like Georgia was not offering a bunch of money and has that championship pedigree. Let's not act like Penn State doesn't have a great tradition and the kid is from the state of Pennsylvania. This was a tough recruiting battle that the relationships with the staff played a massive part in. And like Zoller said in the article that I read, this could be the best recruiting class that Missouri has ever had, which is saying a lot considering the classes that Drinkwitz has brought in his last few years as head coach. Exciting times to be a Missouri fan again. But I want to hear from you guys down below. What are your thoughts on the Matt Zollers commitment? Let me know down below. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Mizzou fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com for more. I'll see you all in the next one. MIZ.